Part 2, question 26, or section 2, question 26. Refer to the figure 3 above. Altimeter 3 indicates, so the picture has 3 altimeters. The question is, altimeter 3 indicates A, 9,500 feet, B, 10,950 feet, or C, 15,940 feet. So the discussion is altimeter 3 indicates 9,500 feet because the shortest needle is near. So there's 3 needles within an altimeter. One is short, one is thick, and one is long. So I'll read the discussion for an altimeter. The altimeter has 3 needles. The short needle indicates 10,000 foot intervals. The middle, which is a little wider, but it's the middle one, it's a little thicker. The middle length needle indicates 1,000 foot intervals, and the long needle indicates 100 foot intervals. So in this case, it's in reverse, the tiny one referring to the largest amount of meters, medium being 1,000, and then the longest one being the shortest one, which is 100 foot intervals. So altimeter 3 has a short hand at 1. So you multiply that by 10,000. So that's 10,000. The middle needle is pointing at 9. So that would be 9,000. Or 9 times 1,000. So that would be 9,000. So 10 plus 9 is 19,000. And then the longest needle is at 5, so that would be 500 because it's multiplied by 100. So it would be 19,500 feet. So the question to get altimeter 3 indicates A, 9,500 feet, B, 10,950 feet, or C, 15,940 feet. The correct answer is A, 9,500 feet. I don't understand. So the discussion here says altimeter 3 indicates 9,500 feet because the shortest needle is 1, which is 10,000 feet, right? The middle one is between 9 and 0, indicating between 9,000 and 10,000 feet. And the long needle is at 5, indicating 500 feet. Okay, I'm a little confused. I thought you would add 10,000 plus 9,000, but it says in between. Okay, well, I'm going to have to learn that. Moving on to question 27. Refer to figure 3 above, which altimeter indicates more than 10,000 feet. 1, or A, 1, 2, and 3. B, 1 and 2 only, or C, 1 only. So which altimeter indicates more than 10,000 feet? Would have to be 3. Okay, well, the answer is B, 1 and 2 only. Okay, so altimeter 1 has it between 0 and 1. No, actually, it's pointing at 1. Sorry. And then altimeter 2 has it at between 1 and 2. And then altimeter 3 has it at 1, 2. So, okay. So the discussion is altimeters 1 and 2 indicate over 10,000 feet because 1 indicates 10,500 feet and 2 inches, 14,500 feet. The short needle on 3 points just below 1E, below 10,000 feet. Okay, answer A is correct. The altimeter is 3 is indicating 9,500 feet, which is less than 10,000 feet. answer C is incorrect. Altimeter 2 is indicating 14,500 feet, which is also more than 10,000 feet. But the question says what altimeter indicates more than 10,000 feet? I don't understand. Question number 28. Altimeter 2 indicates 1,200 feet, B 4,500 feet, or C 14,500 feet. So number 2 has a shorthand at between 1 and 2. So that's going to be over 10,000 feet. The middle one is between 4 and 5, and then the small one is at 5. So the correct answer is C, 14,500 feet. And discussion altimeter 2 indicates, well, let's move on. Question 29, altimeter 3 indicates A, 9,500 feet, B, 10,500 feet, C, 4,500 feet. Question again, altimeter 3 indicates A, 9,500 feet. So altimeter 3 has the short needle between 1 and 2, the middle needle between 9 and 0, and the long needle at 5. Okay, question 30. Altimeter 1 indicates A, 4,500 feet, B, 1,500 feet, or C, 500 feet. Correct answer is C, 500 feet. And altimeter 1 has a needle between 0 and 1. I'm sorry, it has the small needle at 1, the middle needle between 0 and 1, and the large needle, the largest needle at 5. So the answer is C, 500 feet. So the middle needle is between 0 and 1, so that eliminates it. The middle and the, I'm confused. I have to look up some videos. Okay, moving on to question 31. Refer to figure 82 above, which altimeter indicates more than 9,000 feet. A, 1 and 2 only, B, 1 and 2 only, or C, 3 only. Okay, so meter 1 has the shortest needle at 0, and the middle needle between 0 and 1, and the large one at 5, so that's 500. Needle 2 has the small needle at 0, and the middle needle between 1 and 2, so that would be correct answer, I think, is 2, altimeter 2. Altimeter 3 has the short needle at 1, the middle needle between 9 and 0, and the long needle at 5. So could be 1 or 2 or 3. The correct answer is C only. So it's point in the middle is at 9, but then it has the 5, so the 5 throws it off for me, because to me it would mean 500. Oh, okay, here's the answer. Altimeter 3 indicates 9,500, correct. Feet. Altimeter 1 and 2 indicate under 9,000 feet, so that's why. This one said which altimeter is more than is a keyword, not 9,000 feet. Read the question correctly, please. More than. Keyword. Question 32. Altimeter 2 indicates 500 feet, 1,500 feet, or C, 4,500 feet. Okay, so the altimeters here. The altimeter 2 has the small hand at 0. So there's no 1,000, 10,000 feet. The middle at 1,000, between 1 and 2, so that would make it 10,000, or no, 1,000. And then a 5, the larger at 5. So I'm gonna guess 1,500 feet. B. I'm correct. Good job. B is correct. 1,500 feet. Okay, question number 33. What is absolute altitude? A, the altitude read directly from the altimeter. B, the vertical distance of the aircraft above the surface. Or C, the height above the standard datum plane. Correct question again. What is the absolute altitude? Correct answer is B, the vertical distance of the aircraft above the surface. Question 34. What is true altitude? A, the vertical distance of the aircraft above sea level. B, the vertical distance of the aircraft above the surface. Or C, the height above the standard datum plane. Question again, what is the true altitude? Correct answer is A, the vertical distance of the aircraft above sea level. So there's absolute altitude and true altitude. Absolute is above surface and true altitude is above sea level. Question 35. What is the density altitude? A, the height above the standard datum plane. B, the pressure altitude corrected for the non-standard temperature. Or C, the altitude read directly from the altimeter. Question again, what is the density altitude? Correct answer is B, the pressure altitude corrected for the non-standard pressure. Question number 36. What is the pressure altitude? The previous question was density altitude, and this one is pressure altitude. A, the indicated altitude corrected for position and installation error. B, the altitude indicated when the barometric pressure scale is set to 29.92. Or C, the indicated altitude corrected for the non-standard temperature and pressure. Question again, what is pressure altitude? Correct answer is B, the altitude indicated when the barometric pressure scale is set to 29.92. Question 37. Altitude setting is the value to which the barometric pressure scale of the altimeter is set. So the altitude indicates A, the calibrated altitude at field elevation. B, absolute altitude at field elevation. Or C, true altitude at field elevation. Question again, altimeter setting is the value to which the barometric pressure scale of the altimeter is set. So the altimeter indicates C, the true altitude at field elevation. Question 39. Under what condition is pressure altitude and density altitude the same value? At A, at sea level when the temperature is 0 Fahrenheit. B, when the altimeter has no installation error. Or C, a standard temperature. Question again, under what condition is pressure altitude and density altitude the same value? Correct answer is C, at standard temperature, at standard temperature. Question 40, under which condition will pressure altitude be equal to true altitude? A, when the atmospheric pressure is 29.92 Hg. B, when the standard atmospheric conditions exist. Or C, when the indicated altitude is equal to the pressure altitude. Question again, under which condition will pressure altitude be equal to altitude? Correct answer is B, when the standard atmospheric condition exists. Question 41. If it is necessary to set the altimeter to 29.15 to 29.85, what changes occurs? A, 70-foot increase in indicated altitude. B, 70-foot increase in density altitude. Or C, 700-foot increase in indicated altitude. Question again. If it is necessary to set the altimeter from 29.15 to 29.185, what changes occurs? C is the answer, 700-foot increase in indicated altitude. So it's indicated altitude, not density altitude or indicated altitude. Question 14. If a pilot changes the altimeter setting from 30.11 to 29.96, what is the approximate change in indication? A, the altimeter will indicate 15 Hg higher. B, altimeter will indicate 100 foot higher. Or C, the altimeter will indicate 150 feet lower. Question again, if the pilot changes the altimeter setting from 30.11 to 29.96, what is the approximate change in indication? Correct answer is C, altimeter will indicate 150 feet lower. Question 43. If a flight is made from an area of low pressure into an area of high pressure, without the altimeter setting being adjusted, the altimeter will indicate A, the actual altitude above sea level, B, the higher than actual altitude above sea level, or C, lower than the actual altitude above sea level. Question again, if a flight is made from an area of low pressure into an area of high pressure, without the altimeter setting being adjusted, the altimeter will indicate C, the lower than actual altitude above sea level. Keyword, lower than actual altitude above sea level. Question 44. If a flight is made from an area of high pressure into an area of low pressure without the altimeter setting being adjusted, the altimeter will indicate A, lower than actual altitude above sea level, B, higher than actual altitude sea level, or C, the actual altitude above sea level. Question again, if a flight is made from an area of high pressure, which is the opposite of the previous question, into an area of low pressure, which is the altimeter setting being adjusted, the altimeter will indicate B, higher than actual altitude above sea level. Keyword here, high pressure, that means higher than actual altitude, high and high. Question 45. Which condition would cause the altimeter to indicate a lower altitude than true altitude? A, air temperature lower than standard. B, atmospheric pressure lower than standard. Or C, air temperature warmer than standard. Question again, which condition would cause the altimeter to indicate the lower altitude, true altitude? Correct answer is C, air temperature warmer than standard. Question 46. Under what condition will true altitude be lower than indicated altitude? A, in colder than air temperature. B, in warmer than standard air temperature. Or C, when density altitude is higher than indicated altitude. Question again, under what condition will true altitude be lower than indicated altitude? The correct answer is A, in colder than standard air temperature. Question 47. How do variations in temperature affect altimeter? A, pressure levels are raised on warm days and the indicated altitude is lower than true altitude. B, higher temperatures expand the pressure levels and the indicated altitude is higher than true altitude. Or C, lower temperatures lower the pressure levels and the indicated altitude is lower than true altitude. Question again, how do variations in temperature affect the altimeter? The correct answer is A, pressure levels are raised on warm days and the indicated altitude is lower than true altitude. Question 48. gyroscopic instruments. Refer to figure 5 below. A turn coordinator provides an indication of the A. Movement of the aircraft about the yaw and roll axis. B. Angle of bank up to the but not exceeding 30 degrees. Or C. The altitude of the aircraft with reference to the longitudinal axis. Question again. A turn coordinator provides an indication of the, where you have the turn coordinator, where you have the wings of the aircraft, and it shows you when it banks to the right and it banks to the left. So question again, a turn coordinator provides an indication of the A, movement of the aircraft about the yaw and roll axis. Question 49. Refer to the figure 6 below to receive accurate indications during flight and heading indicator. The instrument must be, so now this one's a So this one has an airplane and it has west at the top and it has degrees, I believe. Okay, it has W on the top, which is west, down is east, to the right has north, and to the left has south. And the airplane is pointing towards west. So the question is to receive accurate indications during the flight from a heading indicator. The instrument must be, so the name of the instrument is called heading indicator. A, set prior to flight on a known heading. B, calibrated on a compass rose at regular intervals. Or C, periodically realigned with a magnetic compass as the gyro proceeds. The gyro, Gyro, gyro. Question again, to receive an accurate indications during flight from a heading indicator, the instruments must be C, periodically realigned with the magnetic compass as the gyro proceeds. Question 50, refer to the figure 7 below, which is an attitude indicator. Question is, the proper adjustment to make onto the attitude indicator during level flight to align the A, horizontal bar to the level flight indication, B, horizontal bar with the miniature airplane, or C, miniature airplane to the horizontal bar. So it has like a little person with the hands up, and then the like a horizon goes up or down. It's brown at the bottom and blue at the top, and it has some needles. Okay, question again, the proper adjustment to make on an attitude indicator during level flight is to align the C, miniature airplane to the horizontal bar. Very important question, I'll read it again. The proper adjustment to make on an altitude indicator during level flight is to align C, the miniature airplane to the horizontal bar. Okay, so that's an airplane. It doesn't look like an airplane.